Hello, what's going on? This is going to be a quick video because I just had to turn the fan off for this video, and I cannot tell you, it is so hot in here. It is. I hate summer. I'm ready for winter. Yeah. So anyway, huge. I had this great epiphany. I was talking about my retail workers being man eaters, and I think it's a fun story, but it just doesn't translate too well. So then I thought, I was just somehow, I don't even know how I came about it, but I thought, what about the Nutcracker ballet? Those characters. What if I brought them into the Warhammer world as, as a unit? So I started doing some research. I did way too much research on it. You'd think I was writing a thesis. I actually, like, the original, it was the Nutcracker ballet was based on a story that's public domain. It's something like Nutcracker and the Mouse King, I think it's called, or the Rat King. Anyway, it's like 200 years old. It's public domain. I actually read the entire thing just to get an idea of what I wanted to do. 143 pages. Like, I don't think I've read that much since college. And I didn't read in college. All right, so so it was tough. It was tough getting through the big words. So I read through that and got the gist of it. But then I started, and the ballet is slightly different. But here are lists of some of the characters that I had that are in there, and I'll tell you how I plan on translating them. There's Drosselmeyer, who is like the uncle Drosselmeyer. He's like this creepy old guy with an eye patch. That's basically what you get from this story. But he's also a good guy. Yeah, he's the one who made this little castle that comes to life later. He's the one who tells the daughter about this story about the Nutcracker or the Prince and the Mouse King. But yeah, creepy guy with an eye patch, so that's easy to do. Then there's the Nutcracker soldier himself, which is basically a toy Nutcracker that comes to life and marries the girl, or lives happily ever after with the girl, who is, in this story, she's like 12, so it's kind of, we have to overlook some stuff. It was rough time. So then there's the Rat King, or Mouse King. In the book, the Mouse King has 7 heads. I'm not going to sculpt 7 heads, but I'll show you everything when we get that. Then there's like, this is from the ballet. They have the Nutcracker, or the Sugar Plum Fairy. But then there's Clara, she's like the protagonist. She's the girl who dreams of this whole world. And then I was thinking maybe I do another sort of like, there are a couple other fairies in the ballet that I could have. And here are the sculpts up close. I'll show you. Here's Drosselmeyer. The face is I did the face in Super Sculpey, and then I had to add a little liquid green stuff in a part. So yeah, when I prime him, I'll see other areas I might need to redo. But basically, yeah, he's like this creepy old guy. Yeah, creepy guy with an eye patch. I'm not sure. I'm gonna add some stuff to the staff here. I wanted to give him a staff, so it's gonna have like either gems on top, or maybe like just, I don't know, I'll greeble it up. Next, I started working on, and he's not done, so basically I just have to work in the staff, and that's it. Next, I have the Nutcracker. Again, I did Super Sculpey and green stuff. Obviously, the head's not attached, and the neck is not going to be that long. I wanted to do an ugly Nutcracker. This is what I came up with. I have to add the giant hat, because all those Nutcrackers have giant hats. And he's just going to go on like this. Yeah, it's going to go on there. Then I'm going to give him a little bit of a neck. In this story, the big thing was like he needed to have a sword to fight and he would kill the Mouse King, who was basically a giant a-hole, giant d-bag for sure. The Mouse King. So the Mouse King was the villain. Go figure. So he's basically a Nutcracker. I gave him that that sort of like old French history. The sword, I think I need to do something to make it look more saber, less katana, and I think I do that by like cutting off part of this and giving it like a basket hilt or something like that. So that's what the Nutcracker looks like. Next, I started working on the ballet dancers and Clara, and I am not having a good time with this. I am messing. It is so hard to do a ballet dancer in stubby legs, because basically I was thinking I would do an ogre in a tutu. So basically, like this, what's, I mean, I don't know of anything that's as funny as an ogre in a tutu. I think that just seems like the goofiest, funniest thing I've ever heard. So then I started to make these short, stubby little legs. This is basically, was an armature that I was just slapping green stuff on. And then afterwards I thought, oh, maybe that could be one of, like, the sugar plum fairy or something. So yeah, so I'm trying to make these short, stubby legs in a ballet pose, and it's not, I don't know that it's working too well, so we'll see. So I thought, like, all right, maybe I'll take a step back and start over. Then I brought out this, so I actually put an armature in the position I wanted, and then I started to sculpt the ballet dancer leg. And it's better, but I don't know that it still works. Like I don't know, maybe I just need to keep working at it. But we'll see. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this second leg. It'll either be like off to the side. Like I was also Googling ballet poses, which, my search history is bizarre right now. Yeah, so then, but anyway, I thought, all right, maybe these legs are screwing me up. Maybe I should just do just the legs and see what they look like, and then add a body later. So I did that with Super Sculpey, came up with these, but unfortunately, they are way too tall. Even on tiptoes, it's like, all right, that's too far. So now, even though I like these, I think they came out great. I think they look like a ballet dancer's legs. I just need to make them smaller. Yeah, which is kind of a bummer. So these aren't good either. So then I thought, I'm just going to take a step back and start working on the Rat King. And I love the way the Rat King is coming out. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, this is, he's only, like I said, in the book, he has 7 heads. He's only going to have 1. I'm going to give him, like, a long, like, king-like robe, with, like, that white leopard fur around the collar. Yeah, and he's going to be in roughly this pose, pointing with his hand on his hip. And, yeah, and now I like these so much more than the retail workers. Like, even though the story of the retail workers is kind of fun, it's, like, it's way too... You need a lot to see where you're going with that. The other thing, I think they fit into this world. Obviously, the old ogre faces, they all look the same. So these faces will look different. But that one unit's the only one that looks the same. So if I just, call them the Sweater Brothers, that's fine. That should work that out. Yeah, so I still have to do the fairies. I still have to do Clara. I think Clara is just going to be... like about half this size, because she's supposed to be a kid. So even though she's, the hero of the story, and she's going to count as like the rest of them, I think I'm going to make her just like half the size and just be like this really creepy girl with a doll in her hand. That's the thought anyway. So yeah, I think size-wise they're much better. I think they look like ogres. I think it's going to be cool. But I'm not done yet. I have to finish this. The whatever I'm gonna do with the scepter for him, the staff rather. As for him, I'm not sure what to do with the hands. I put this little I was gonna put a fist in that one hand, but then I thought, like, actually Nutcrackers just have like little balls for hands. Is that cheating just to put a giant ball there and like call it done? I don't know, but I do also have to fix that. Like, there's like a giant seam on the sleeve. Yeah, then I have the hat. And then I'll glue them in and make the neck. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And like, these two should be done by the time I do the next video. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. So this guy is pretty close to being done. Now it's just like I have to add the fur. I have to add the arms, the head, and the robe. I don't think that's going to be a problem. These... I don't know. I'm getting... It's very, very tough. How do you sculpt something graceful and not graceful at the same time? Like, there's nothing less graceful than an ogre, and nothing more graceful than a ballet dancer. So it's... I don't know. I'm gonna come up with something. We'll see. The other thing, I could just... scrap the sugar plum. I have to do one. One of them, I have to have at least one sugar plum fairy. So maybe I could just do one sugar plum fairy, and then I'll go through the characters and find something else. Like, there are a bunch of characters I could choose from, so. But anyway, these are the Gutcrackers, and tell me what you think about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Hope y'all are doing well, and I probably won't have a video next week. Hopefully I'll have one the week after that with a lot of work done. Maybe even, I mean, maybe I'll even have it painted. Maybe I'll have everything done. Maybe I'll wake up, it'll be the future, and I'll be rich. That would be great. So, all right. Thanks. Bye.